AI can help you, but it will never replace you. Do you remember back in the 70s, the bionic, or it was called the $6 Million Man? They made a bionic man. He had lost a limb and an eye and two legs, and they made him really, really fast. He could run up to 60 miles an hour. This was in the 70s, but I'm pretty sure they have cars that were faster than that. It was a pretty popular show, an artificially enhanced man, and then they made a spin-off because the $6 Million Man was so popular, they made a spin-off, and they didn't call it the $6 Million Woman, they called it the Bionic Woman. And she had the same type of idea going on there. Then eventually we got another show called, or a movie called RoboCop. Wasn't a fan of the movie, wasn't a fan of the sequel or the sequels, just not a fan. But RoboCop, they made him all but, made him everything except a mind, which is the key, which is the difference. And then, of course, there's always the popular Terminator series. Terminator, Skynet. Skynet became self-aware and started to take over the world. And that's what a lot of people are afraid of. Sure, why not? Why not be afraid a little bit? Everybody's learning how to use AI in their business, and this is good. This is really, really good because it's really a great enhancement to just about anything you can do online. It really is the next step in the computer evolutionary process. However, there's 7 reasons that I'm going to give you why AI is not going to take over your world. AI can be trained to behave like you, but it cannot be trained to develop its own personality. You're unique. And that can never be taken away from you. Can you imagine AI duplicating me and my quirks and my idiosyncrasies and all that kind of stuff? Just as a reminder, there is the idea of deepfake, and deepfake is, well, it's fake. It's not you. You cannot be duplicated. You're unique, and you're supposed to be. Second, AI can process logic and data, but it cannot go on a gut feeling. For obvious reasons, it has no gut and it has no feeling. And that's a huge difference between you and anything AI has to offer. It just doesn't work that way. 3, AI cannot feel or empathize with a person. When a friend tells you that they've had a really bad week, AI can't provide comfort. AI can't just be there when that is all your friend needs at the time. AI cannot replace you. It cannot replace, and it cannot feel, and it cannot be empathetic. It just can't do it. It's not built that way. It will not be built that way. 4th, AI cannot make a human connection with you. There is no soul. There is no thrill of holding hands for the very first time. It cannot laugh with you. It cannot cry with you. There is no law of diminishing returns. Do you know what the law of diminishing returns is? It's when you go out with someone for the very first time and you break that connection, or you break the idea of, I'm going to hold hands, or we're going to hold hands, and you reach out and you're nervous and you're a little bit sweaty and you actually do it. You hold hands, and that's cool. And maybe the next time you get together, you don't wait 4 hours to hold hands. You wait 15 minutes to hold hands because that barrier's already been broken, and it's the law of diminishing returns. It's not as exciting as it was the first time. So you just go there a whole lot quicker, and so on and so on and so on, up the ladder of physical attraction, so to speak. But that's the idea of the law of diminishing returns. With AI, there is no law of diminishing returns. 5. Yeah, I had to throw music in here. It just didn't make sense to not have music in here. AI cannot be delighted to see you. It can't miss you or have need to spend time with you. There's no opportunity for a genuine relationship. AI doesn't have any friends. AI is not your friend. It can't just be there and hang out with you. It just can't. Okay, enough dancing on our butts. Let's move on. AI has no history of its own. It has a history of everything else, all the data, but there is no remember me moments or reminiscing past successes or failures. You can't go to AI and say, hey, remember that time we on the beach when we just all hung up? No, there are no campfire moments when it comes to AI. There just isn't, and there never will be. 7, AI cannot create. It can't. No, it can't. I know you're saying, well, it can create these pictures, and it can create this music, and it's not creating. It's variations on a theme. It can't come up with original ideas. It's all variations on a theme. Now, some people argue with me in this regard, and I'm okay with that. But it basically, AI is really a copy of a copy of a copy of a copy based on your parameters. taken from biased data. There's the 7 things that I give you. AI can help, absolutely. AI can help you in your business, in your work, in your workflow. It can help you in all those things, and embrace it for that, absolutely. But remember, stuff like this, it'll never replace you. And that's the point. There's a humanity that cannot be replaced. There's a human element that cannot be replaced. You, the way God made you, the way God created you, you cannot and should not be replaced.